It's time for This Week in JetHawks Baseball.
Welcome to This Week in JetHawks Baseball. I'm Jeff Lasky. We've got a great show lined up for you. A little bit later on, we're going to meet the opponents, the Lake Elsinore Storm and the High Desert Mavericks, with our reporter Scott Blusiewicz. Plus, Will Thornhill will give you a look at what's going on around the ballpark, along with these great camouflage hats for Military Appreciation Weekend. But first, it takes a very specific and special kind of player to be able to be a closer. You need certain traits. You've got to have good stuff. You've got to be fearless. You can't give in to pressure. Maybe it helps if you're a little bit crazy as well. I don't know about the last one, but the first ones certainly apply to the JetHawks closer this year, Kirk Clark. He's our special guest on the program. Let's meet him. And here we are with JetHawks closer Kirk Clark. He's off to a great start this season, amongst the best in the California League, and it's a role, being the closer, that you've had in the past. You set the record last year, actually, with Lexington for saves. Is it a special mindset that you have to be able to do that job well?
Well, you really have to be able to having a short-term memory. Like if you have a great game one day, you're always going to have another day, no matter what. I mean, with the starter, you wait your 5 days before your next game, and then with the closer, I mean, if something bad happens, hey, you're gonna have to, clear your head and be out there right the next day.
When was the first time that you actually closed in a game?
It was probably about a third away through the season last year. I mean, I closed a little bit at Creighton in college, but before that I was always a starter.
Were you comfortable in that role right away, or did it take some adjusting?
I actually really loved it because, it was just going out there and throwing everything you got for one inning, So I actually really did like it.
I remember reading your college bio from when you were pitching at Creighton, and you said that Brandon Webb, former JetHawk, was your favorite pitcher at the time. What about him inspired you when you were coming up as a player?
The big thing about Brandon Webb is he doesn't overpower anybody. He's a good pitcher, He's got that good sinker, and he played here as well, you were telling me, and then just to kind of follow in his footsteps is pretty amazing.
And Brandon Webb was the guy who he learned his trademark sinker here. What have you learned so far that's going to help you be successful in the California League?
Really, last year I always tried to overpower guys with my fastball and stuff like that. This year it feels like I'm starting to learn how to pitch a lot better, so maybe not trying to hump up on my fastball a little bit more and throw my other pitches as well.
Well, Kirk, it's been a great start so far this season. We're glad to have you here, and thanks for coming on the show.
All right, thank you very much.
That is JetHawks closer Kirk Clark. Now we're going to find out what's happening with the competition for the homestand with our reporter Scott Blusiewicz.
Thanks, Jeff. On this homestand, the JetHawks welcome a pair of Southern Division rivals to the hangar, the Lake Elsinore Storm and the High Desert Mavericks. The homestand commences with a 3-game series against Lake Elsinore, the first meeting between the JetHawks and the Storm this season. Lake Elsinore is led by third baseman Jed Yorko, who ranks among the Cal League leaders in batting average, RBI, and doubles. High Desert features a pair of prominent players, outfielder Denny Elmani and pitcher Chris Sorcy. Elmani leads the Mavericks in home runs and RBIs, while Sorcy has posted a 3-1 record and is among the league leaders in ERA. That's a look at Lake Elsinore and High Desert. Now back to you, Jeff.
All right, thanks, Scott. Let's give you our trivia question for this week's show, and it's back to the topic of closers. There was a pitcher who pitched here in Lancaster, went on to the big leagues, and became an all-star closer in both the National League and the American League. Which former JetHawks pitcher are we talking about? That's your trivia question for this week's show. While you're thinking about that, let's find out what's going on in the ballpark this week with our Will Thornhill. Will?
Thanks, Jeff. I'm up in the Sony Pilots Lounge presented by Duke and Slims. It's a great place to watch the ball game right next to the PA booth to see how all the magic happens to put together probably the most entertaining show in minor league baseball. This weekend is a big weekend. It's Military Appreciation Weekend. We kick things off on Saturday with the Camo Hat giveaway presented by Desert Christian. Show up early. The first 1,500 fans in attendance are going to get a camo hat presented by Desert Christian. Like I said, Sunday is Kids Eat Free Sunday. It's a great time to bring the family out to the ballpark. A 2 o'clock start. Lots of fun festivities for the family as well. Monday, it's Education Day, 11 a.m. start. There's going to be more than 3,000 kids here at the stadium. It's going to be rocking and rolling. A lot of fun activities. So, hey, if you want to leave work a little bit early, enjoy lunch here at the stadium. Hamburger, hot dog, baseball, nothing better than that. The week wraps up on Friday night with another Fireworks Friday. This time it's a salute to TV. So if you like the Friends theme song or maybe some Simpsons, I'm sure you might hear those here following the ball game with another great fireworks show here at Clear Channel Stadium. Now back to you, Jeff.
All right, thanks, Will. Let's give you the trivia question answer. We asked you which former JetHawks pitcher went on to be an all-star in both the National League and the American Leagues. The answer, JetHawks Hall of Famer Brian Fuentes. He was an all-star with the Colorado Rockies and with the Los Angeles Angels. We want to thank everyone involved in the show this week, our reporters Will Thornhill and Scott Blusiewicz, and our very special guest Kirk Clark. And as always, if you'd like to watch this show again or any of our other shows throughout the season, you can do that by visiting JetHawks.com. We'll see you next week on This Week in JetHawks Baseball.